I got depressed when my house was completed and I got to Ghana. It didn't last long because I knew what was causing it and I did what I had to do to get out of it. But if you think that achieving your goal is going to last long term, forget it. It's a common phenomenon. What happened to me was nothing special. Once you achieve something that you've worked so hard towards and you get there, then it's like, what now? That's why you must keep leveling up and keep doing new stuff. Some people say, once I have this and that, I will never do anything for the rest of my life. What are you going to be doing? Playing video games the whole day? You're going to get depressed. That's why they say money doesn't buy happiness. It's true. Money is good. You need money. But you must have something that drives you, something to look forward to every morning when you wake up. If you don't have that, you are dead. Have you heard the story of Anthony Bourdain? A guy so successful, traveling around the world, drinking expensive wine and tasting the most delicious food in the world. He committed suicide because he was so depressed and so unhappy. Like, what's there to life? It didn't matter where he was going. He's been there already. So you must be really careful what you wish for. And you have to be aware of this stuff. Adesanya, he's got an interview on the Diary of CEO where he's talking about the same thing, that he got depressed once he became the world champion. Because once you work so hard, this is what happened to me. I worked so damn hard to get this house done. It was a burning desire, an obsession towards the end of 2018 when I became clear and focused that I was going to build this house, and I started planning towards it, did the design and all that. In 2019, November to be exact, I was dialed in and I did unimaginable stuff to accomplish this, to get this house built in a year and a half while I was in college. And that came with a lot of discipline, reading hard. It was driving me. I worked crazy hours. I felt alive. I was suffering, but I felt alive. That was the most happiest moments of my life. I was working towards something so hard. Human beings, we are built this way. We had to go hard just to get something to eat in the forest when we were hunters and gatherers. It's in our DNA. You need something that drives you, something that you wake up in the morning to look forward to. So you must dream so big. A dream so big that you can never achieve. Einstein, when he came up with the formula E equals mc squared, special relativity, after that, he wanted to come up with an equation that solves everything in the world. He knew that he can never accomplish that. That's what a smart man does. You should not have a goal that's so attainable that once you get there, your biggest goal is so attainable that you can do it in 5 years and now what? Because that's what happened to me. Though I had a bigger goal to come and do business and all that, I wasn't working towards it. My whole focus was in this house, and I went hard, sleepless nights. I did whatever it took to get here. Once I got here, once I arrived in the house and looking at it, it's beautiful. I was happy that it was here, but I was like, now what? So if you've ever had the idea like, oh, if I had this house, then I'm done, trust me, you're gonna be miserable. You must have something so big, something beyond you that you are working towards, helping people, interacting with human beings. We are social creatures, supposed to interact with human beings, supposed to be working towards something because that's how we grew up. That is how we became who we are today. That's how we are building the world. We had to suffer just to eat. And now we are becoming softies. You wanna sit down and play video games all day and just self-indulge, go on vacations, all that. That's all you wanna do. There is no happiness in that. My most happiest moments is when I'm working towards something big, something I didn't know that I could even do. My mom was telling me to slow down because I was just moving so fast. She thought I was stressing myself out. I was the most happiest at the time. I love my mom. I told my mom what happens if I don't finish the house in a year and a half. What's gonna happen? I just extended the goal that I gave myself. Actually, my goal was 2 years. But I went so hard that God, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, that's a whole video that I'm gonna talk to you guys about. God is very giving. And if you go hard, it's just gonna open the doors for you. That's what happened to me. But once I got there, you must work on something bigger than yourself, something that benefits more people than yourself. Because this house was just for myself, my wife and my kids. Was for me. It wasn't something big that's making people's lives better. It wasn't something big that's making an impact in the world. It was something for myself. And once you get there with the selfishness and achieving something of your own, which is good, but you should not expect that happiness is going to be everlasting. That's not how it works. There is a study on this, that when you do stuff for others, you tend to be more happier than stuff that you do for yourself. Though it's necessary in order for me to do the stuff that I want to do, the impact that I want to have, this is necessary to have a base. But like I said, I went too hard to get here. Once I got here, it's like running to the wall. Never been here before, I'm telling you. It's good, go for it. But have the next step. If you think you're going to arrive, you're going to build your house and you're going to come here and enjoy life and that's all, you good? It doesn't work that way, my friend. Because once you get there, you see that there's more to life. There's more that you must do to benefit others. You're young and you have that burning desire in you. Human beings, we are born to come here and work hard and make the earth better. That's why God puts us here. God is proud of you if you're waking up every day and you're going hard. That's why I wake up every morning and I go to the gym and I put in the weight and I lift weights and put myself through hell, because we're supposed to suffer as human beings. Supposed to work hard. God does not like us to be lazy and sleeping for hours and not doing anything. Why? You must. You were put on this earth to work. To read the Bible, it's in there. You're supposed to work as a human being. So that is how I got depressed, because I went so hard. I got the money, I finished the house, and then now what? Life was too soft. But then luckily, not happy this happened. I lost a lot of money in the market, and that woke me up, and I started moving and achieving and started moving forward. And then I felt alive again. And now, shout out to all my subscribers and people watching my channel. I'm helping people. I'm doing the public service. I'm employing people. I'm sharing what I know. It's helping people. I'm consulting with people. I'm saving people money. I'm happy again. The happiest moment of my life is when I was going through the struggle, trying to get this house done. And once that was done, I came to the crash. And I had to reinvent myself and start something new that was bigger than myself. So I'm very happy. If you're depressed, that means there is something you must do. It's not pills that you need. And I was not in the depression for a very long time, but I felt it. I felt lonely. I felt unmotivated. So if you hear stories of rich people, doing too many drugs or this and that, and that's why. Once you have the money and you don't have a purpose, then what's there to life to do? You have to self-indulge and do all this stupid stuff, sleeping around, doing all kind of drugs, stupid stuff. And some people just say, you know what, fuck it, and kill themselves. You must always have something that you're working towards. And there is a study actually that most people who retire, people die a couple of years after they retire if they have nothing going on. It is in our DNA to be always working towards something. There is a village in a country in Asia, I think it's Japan or whatever, they live really long. They live to hundreds and all that, and some places in Europe. And they come to find out that these people are always working towards something. Even when they are very old, they have a garden, they have something they are working towards. We were put on this earth, come and work. If you think you're just gonna self-indulge, get something off for your self-interest, and you're gonna arrive. I finished this house when I was 27. So at 27, I'm done with life. And then what? What am I gonna do for the next, God willing, I live for an additional 80 years. For the next 80 years, what am I gonna do? Sit in this house, unless I had a big chunk of money, like $500,000, put in a dividend stock, and I'm collecting my 10%, making, $50K a year in Ghana, got my house done and all that, and I sleep in. What? Can you imagine a life like that? Can you imagine a life like that? You own your house. You have no other goals. You are done. You can survive for the rest of your life. You got 50 grand coming every year in Ghana. You good. And it's all about you. You sit your butt down. You wake up every morning and then do what? If you have a mindset like that, I never had a mindset like that. I always thought I was going to do something. That's why I came here to begin with. But once I arrived, like I said, I had to identify the land to buy and move forward. I wasn't doing any of that. So once I arrived, it's like, now what? And that's how I got depressed. Briefly, then I woke myself up and I started moving. So if you had that mentality that you're gonna finish your house and do this and that, and you're not gonna do anything and you have arrived, that's why, good God, make sure you never get there. Your mindset must be to make the world a better place, to touch more lives. It shouldn't be all about you. So if you have arrived here at the age of 27, where you have 50K coming in, you live in your house comfortably, why don't you use the knowledge you've learned? Why don't you use some of that money to start something to help others? Sorry that this turned into a motivational video. It wasn't what I was trying to do here. I just wanted to share my story with you guys, how I got depressed after I finished my house. But that's the message behind it. You must have a dream so big that is almost unattainable, and that keeps you alive forever. Then you can have sub goals to get there. And this was just one of that. My goal was big, but once I got here, like I said, I didn't know how to move forward until I got that hit to the wall. The market crashed and I had to get moving. I was comfortable. 27, house done, money coming in, don't have to do anything. And that was a dangerous feeling. You have to help others. You have to share what you know. You have to make the world a better place. This concludes the video. If you've not subscribed to the channel already, kindly do so. Like this video as it helps with the algorithm. Comment. Let me know what you think. And until next time, my friends, be legendary. Peace.